A day on the focus. Hey everyone, and welcome back to your daily dose of history with me, Anne. Today is November 29th, and we've got a whirlwind of events to unpack, from ancient earthquakes to modern-day tragedies. Buckle up, history buffs. First off, way back in 528, Antioch, yes, that Antioch, gets hit by a massive earthquake. This was number 2 in just 2 years. Talk about a rough patch for the city. Thousands perished, and what was left of the city was pretty much toast. Ouch. Fast forward to 1729, and we're in Natchez, Mississippi. The Natchez Indians stage a pretty brutal massacre at Fort Rosalie, taking out around 229 French colonists. Not exactly a Thanksgiving celebration, huh? Then, in 1781, things get even darker. The crew of the British slave ship Zong throws 54 Africans overboard to claim insurance. This is the chilling Zong massacre, a horrifying example of the brutality of the slave trade. Let's skip ahead to 1864. We're in Colorado, and Colonel John Chivington's volunteers massacre at least 150 Cheyenne and Arapaho. This wasn't a battle. This was a straight-up massacre of mostly women and children. Brutal stuff. Now for some lighter moments. Well, relatively lighter. 1877 brings us Thomas Edison showing off his phonograph for the first time. Imagine the buzz that must have created. And in 1899, FC Barcelona is founded. Go Barca! Jumping to the 20th century, we have Admiral Byrd's South Pole flight in 1929, the Beatles releasing I Want to Hold Your Hand in 1963, Squeal, and Atari's Pong in 1972, the dawn of the video game era. And finally, a few more recent, sadder notes, the Korean Air Flight 858 bombing in 1987, and the LAM Mozambique Airlines crash in 2013. Whew, that was a roller coaster, wasn't it? Now, for a little creative storytelling, imagine a time traveler, let's call him Arthur, accidentally landing in Antioch in 528, right before that second devastating earthquake. He's fascinated by the architecture, the bustling markets. Then the ground starts shaking. Arthur, a history buff, witnesses the chaos firsthand, a real-life reenactment of events he'd only read about. He narrowly escapes, his mind reeling from the experience. He makes a note to check his time travel device's calibration. Then, he accidentally skips ahead to 1781, finding himself aboard the Zong, witnessing the unthinkable. He knows he needs to get back to the 21st century to prevent further mistakes. Perhaps even to influence history, but only if he can avoid the chaotic events of 1864 and a possible meeting with Colonel Chivington. And that's it for today's A Day on the Focus. Remember, history isn't just dates and facts, it's the stories behind them. Stories of triumph, tragedy, and everything in between. Until next time, keep exploring.